usually when they do try out new maps, they oftentimes work on that CT side first, but then sometimes can be a little bit more stumped with the T side. We'll see if that's the case here. Flashy, though, is able to take down the knife for his team here. Salamander will be able to pick their side on their opponent's map pick, and so they'll have the option of sometimes the favored CT side just simply because you get to play the defense, or will they be on the T side where you get to run at your opponent with AKs? Always a fun time.
Listen, that sounds amazing to me. I get to run at my opponent with a better gun than they will ever be able to buy unless they pick it from my dead body. Great idea, Maui. How about this? Let's go through a very small entrance as well. Let's rush B.
A classic.
A classic. A strategy of ages. And now, it's all about that one smoke, double flashes on Mighty Max, who's been tagged up. Wow, that is a long-range shot from the USB to take him down to 21 HP as well. Now, Torzi, he might be able to finish him off. He's got a great angle to do so, but he re-peeks out, settles for a kill under Crucial. The big star has been taken out. Coolio was fantastic with the USB earlier on. Can he do the same? It's the question as he is on the retreat very quickly. Flashbang goes out, poorly flashed as he does end up blinding his own teammate. Thomas trying to catch the man in the background, but Torzi, who is turned around, makes it incredibly hard to get that headshot, and as a result of that, will be able to keep himself alive for a while as they're jumping down into the smoke. Can't finish him off. Badito gets one. Torzi through the smoke will get another. He's just maneuvering this perfectly, and now a 2 versus 4 for them as Thomas and Cyril come out into the fray. Flashbang will not catch anyone. Bomb has been planted. Corey is in pursuit, and Cyril has way too many targets to contend with and ends up going down without taking away any of them.
Nice opening round for Salamander here. They had a great game on Nuke, and they are continuing with that momentum here on map 2. Despite the lengthy break, they were able to still come out firing. Good round from Torzi, and a couple other players chiming in with one apiece. Just Thomas was able to find the only kill for Endpoint there. And we'll see how Endpoint's able to respond. Thomas, because of his frag and the fact that the bomb went down, he opts for the scout purchase here. This is going to make his buy into the upcoming round a little bit more difficult, but there are deagles to support him here. This is by no means a given round for Salamander, especially when Surreal is peeking with that kind of intent. Shame he doesn't get the kill, though.
Badito, beautiful kill on a Thomas right there, and attack to follow up. Robin very weak, and so is Surreal. This looks like a done round. Badito and Torzi will be able to clean it all up. Corey even coming in with something of his own. All 5 players kept alive, and Salamander, that's one of the rounds where you need to keep your players alive, and I think they did. They were okay with that. They did a respectable job out. They'll be able to keep their money going just a little bit.
Yep. So Endpoint will be on a gun round here, and I would say that they are slightly favored given the AK versus M4 advantage, but we'll see if Robin's able to take advantage of that. The molly landing at his feet makes him fall off of it, not going for the full commit towards long. He might have been able to beat it, but with no one really behind him, he doesn't want to just throw his life into really the hands, the arms of the Salamander side. They have been so strong thus far, it's tough to just think you'll come out on top there. Badito, though, still fighting towards middle, and a miss flash. That actually is almost a good pop flash. It does not hit the mark by any means, but it was actually kind of cool. But he challenges wide, just feeling himself a little bit too much, and Surreal does punish him for that. We were remarking earlier, or you were remarking earlier, that Torzi might get caught like that. I wasn't expecting Badito to be the victim of a little bit of over-peaking, but it is the case. Now, a good A setup, though, from the Salamander players may be able to stop this A exec in its tracks.
Torzi mollied off in the corner, dead to rights as the flame will take him very low, and they don't check the angle for some reason. They heard him burning. They must have. Maybe they were flashed. Maybe something like that happened, but otherwise it seems very strange to make that decision. In the meanwhile, though, have to very quickly point out, Endpoint is one of the best tier 2 teams I have seen on Dust 2. Without a doubt. So if Salamander can get this upset here, it wouldn't be entirely unexpected, but it would be a very, very impressive feat to do. Now, they do have the firepower. They do have, some very flashy players in Corey and Tarzi. But firepower needs to materialize, and let's see whether it will be able to do so where it has continually done so in the past 2 maps that we have watched Salamander for. Now, Endpoint, keeping 4 players alive. This is their chance to start stacking up some money. This is their chance to win a round where, listen, Salamander has a buy, but it might not be the strongest, even if it is a full buy. You're still looking at a round where you can completely reset them.
Yeah, this would be a big pivot round for Endpoint here. They've amassed enough cash that they won't hurt too badly if they lose this one, but Salamander definitely will. So they would love to take this. It looks like it will be an early, long play. Mighty Max will flash himself out there. He wants to get to pit immediately, and actually he will be able to take control of that. Salamander not really going to put up a fight there towards long. It's a little bit surprising from them, but Surreal, he might be a little bit more advanced than they had thought. The Molly comes out to at least stop him in his tracks, but I think there's actually a good chance for Salamander to take this. That Molly supports Corey beautifully. The Molly behind Corey from long actually pushed him forward, but Coolio was already ready with the flash, and a man advantage is taken for Salamander, and they have full control of Cat. It will be an all-out long hit for Endpoint. Will they be able to take this space away from them? A missed shot from Torzi. And it looks like Endpoint will be able to get on the bomb site.
That's a deceptively difficult shot to hit at times. The Oppers were able to consistently hit that. That's one of my air marks of greatness, but I'm also bad at the game, so don't take my word for it.
No, it's really hard. It's a very, very brief window.
And Badito peeking out. Nice shot onto Thomas. He wins that deal, which is very important. Now it's all about disabling that crossfire from long. Flashy finds Robin, even though he was jumping up earlier. Mighty Max now spotted out. 4 versus 2. The double swing comes in. It's good. It's great. And Crucial is the same, but can he get this done? I've lagged out. You need to tell them.
I can't see it either.
Oh. Okay, I thought it's just on my end. Well, what an interesting, suspenseful cliffhanger.
Oh, the HUD was even going. So it's not that the video... I don't know if this is a GoTV thing. Headed to the match, though. Thankfully, after that one, I'm not sure who won that round, though. I'm not sure who took that. I think Salamander got it, though.
Salamander did, yeah. Oh, no.
Wait, no.
Crucial won it. Wow, the 1v2. Nice, really? Crucial. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, the money is really low for Salamander. Okay, all right. Good for Crucial there. I guess he won a 1v2. The time was ticking pretty low. So, good job.
Well, he knew what he wanted. And he wanted rounds. I want a burger now, though. Crucial. There goes an A. There goes the op. He is feeling it after that 1v2 win, which I'm sure was spectacular, even if it wasn't visible. Another kill coming into play, as it will just be a 4v2. The only person to get a kill so far has been Corey, and his deagle has been quite good so far, but will also be shut down very soon after. Badito, maybe just try and save.
Yeah, quick one for Endpoint here. Not really too much to that one. Mighty Max even with full confidence planning on top of that box right there. And Badito, it'd be nice if he gets something here, but looks like it'll be Endpoint tying up the scoreline here after a little bit of a rough start for themselves, but it's just a 3-round deficit at, or even that. It was 2 actually at most.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since this game's been on.
It has. It has. But, well, Mighty Max does end up taking down Badito. No further economic damage dealt. And there you have it. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of hungry at this point.
Yeah, I usually eat before we start these, but man, I kind of want to try a Pakistani burger now. You made me my interest.
Well, that's not the only great food we have. We're in an you know what? We're on an anti-eco. I kid you not, Maui. You come here, you will never want to leave for food. I won't comment on anything, but for food for sure.
I wouldn't doubt
Crucial.
it. I like Middle Eastern food.
Oh, dude, the Middle East does not know how to do food compared to us.
Oh, really?
Not at all. Like, they just don't know. But Thomas, hummus is pretty good though. Not gonna lie, hummus is one of my favorite things to eat in the world. Crucial with the AWP, playing from lower, well, top of mid. They're still against USPs. You know what? I can talk about hummus very quickly. If you ever go to the UK, one really nice thing is that all of their Tesco's, Sainsbury's, all of these like big supermarket chains, they all have really cheap hummus that's available. And I just got like a couple pots every single day to have for breakfast, and it was great. Thomas going down, less great, because Coolio is able to pick up the AK-47, which is something you can't get at a Tesco.
Okay, we'll see if Crucial is able to secure this. Coolio, oddly peeking out despite having the AK there, is held by Crucial. And he won't be able to save that into the upcoming round. I'm curious, is Pakistan considered the Middle East? I guess it's like South Asia, but it's touching Afghanistan and Iran, which I would
South
consider.
Asia. It's not considered the Middle East.
Okay.
We're sometimes lumped into the MENA region for marketing, but that's only because India has become such a big market now that India and Pakistan can't be lumped together for South Asia anymore, because India is just huge. Pakistan is generally associated more with India though, so it's South Asian.
Okay.
Where our food is still better, even if it's almost the same, but
It's a little bit of a twist.
no, not even that really.
Oh,
It's basically the same.
Oh, what?
Yeah. But when all is said and done, it's not about food, it's about who is feeding. And right now, Salamander have to make sure they are not the latter. And they will have to try and make sure Endpoint can be the former as they move up short very quickly. Endpoint might be able to take down Torzi, who is holding a nice little angle as he tries to reposition for Goose. It's not always been the most faithful. Is that Corey? That is Corey. Okay, never mind. I thought Torzi was repositioning. I'm bad at reading numbers, honestly, in the minimap. Corey might be Molotoved off quickly, though. Endpoint does have a tendency to molly out Goose pretty consistently, and then Corey will probably have to push forward, not backwards. Does he have a smoke, though? No, he does not. So there goes that Goose Molotov. Oh, no, it's actually not there this time. They've switched things up. Cyril will be peeking forward. Tarzi's been blocked off by his own smoke. And Cyril will just be able to take him down very quickly. Corey, in the meanwhile, can deny the bomb plant, does do so as well, and hides away immediately after. Robin does find the loop around, though, and that might be what they need to bring themselves back into this. Bandito to take down Thomas will once again secure the bomb for themselves. Robin fighting away against Corey, trying to get that long-range duel. 1 versus 3. He's got to isolate the 1v1 first if he wants to get away with this. And a nice nade might just do the job as he does get the assist and alley-oops himself in. Flashy is actually playing from short, which is probably not an angle Robin will be expecting. I would love to see his perspective to see whether or not he feels it is safe to maybe just go and save. Robin, however, will just be caught up by Bandito, but he misses the shot, is forced to repeat, and there you have it. Endpoint end up losing out the round. 4-4, Salamander equalize with 2 guns left, which are both AWPs, which is always nice.
Yeah, a nice one from them. That was a very well played, I think, from, was it Bodito? Goose right there. That was a nice late kill from him there, and it actually sealed the deal. I don't know how the bomb actually got all the way down to CT. It was being planted right there, but I guess it fell down and rolled around spawn there. A shame, because that was maybe actually somewhat doable before all of that happened. We'll see, though. Salamander busts out the double op setup right here. Flashy, though, only on a FAMAS. He takes the hit for this kind of buy. And Robin, he's crept out of long. He's done a great job at this position thus far. One of the highlights for him, actually, I've seen from his play, Coolio, supported by a flash, won't find anything. Now, Robin, will he find the timing right here? Ooh, a great off angle from Corey, though, will net the first frag in favor of Salamander.
I like the positioning from Bandito. But it is Coolio to swing out. Crucial misses a rare shot. Cyril is forced to repeat and pick up the AWP as well. We haven't actually seen Cyril on the op, although Endpoint does really love their double op setup. That's kind of surprising. Well, when all said and done, it's time for this 3 versus 4 to materialize. Tarzi playing it careful because he knows he's about to be mollied off and he needed to get that kill. He's unable to do so. Instead, he just brought down very, very low. Moves past the flashbang initially, but Tarzi does get taken down by Surreal at the end of the day. Mighty Max, bomb's been put down, 3v3, but Flashy's the man to keep an eye out for with the farm as he is pushing all the way up through long. He has to be the one to thread the needle and take down Thomas, but he will not be able to do so. Badito, in the meanwhile, trying to lock down these players on short. Thomas finishes them all off. Nothing to stop him whatsoever. And Tarzi missing that one shot really just comes back to bite Salamander completely.
Yeah, Endpoint, though, that's a great way to hold the post plant there. Sometimes you see people, when there's a scale from the CT players, just kind of play back on cat, maybe even play back on site, let them get all the way up to ramp. And Endpoint, they all are just firing like fish in a barrel right there, taking down Salamander and shutting down any attempts on that retake very cleanly. Just a couple upgraded pistols here for the side of Salamander as they try to at least inflict a little bit of damage. But at this point, Endpoint, they're looking like they're running away with this here. Thomas, though, he will be holding the B position. He will be challenged by a couple of players. Will he be able to find the kills? And, oh, I can't believe he couldn't connect with that spray there. Bodito does find the dink on him, recovers an AK, and actually makes it a 4v4 situation. But there isn't anyone to contest these players as they cross towards long, except for Corey. He wants to push through the smoke right there. Surprised Endpoint left this huge gap right there, but it doesn't seem to matter as Surreal is here to clean up. But a dink again, one more, and it could have cost Surreal his life. Torzi can't find it. Bodito will just save the AK into the upcoming round, and Endpoint will find their 6th here. They are looking very strong now once they have found their footing on this T side of Dust 2.
Salamander, however, what's her loss bonus like, I wonder? I think it's not too good. Probably about 1900. Yeah, it's what, 1900 loss bonus?
I didn't see what they had right before he died.
Okay, 2400. It was 2400 before.
Oh, okay, now it will be 29 next one. Yes,
yeah,
24.
so, all right. So they do still have a buy. Bodito would have really liked to take that AK-47 forward. Salamander, I feel like 6 rounds is where you're comfortable. With at least saying, hey, we still have a chance. That's a mistake, though. Double smoke's being used to try and cross over. You should never let that happen. And I don't think Endpoint will have realized it, but that makes the B bomb site a lot harder to take because both the B bomb site players do not have smokes anymore. I say that, but they do just use one, so I'm lying, as always.
Yeah, but with this much time left and no more smokes across the board, no mollies, in fact, it will be up to Salamander to try to make an aggressive play. It's Flashy who tries to do it, and he gets stopped in his tracks. Great awareness from Surreal, but a good return frag from Corey right here. He wants more, actually. He's feeling himself a little bit, and it works out for him beautifully. Nice shot from him onto Robin, and now the fight is all towards middle. This bomb has not been retrieved by Endpoint. They will have to use their utility or some crisp shots to retrieve it. Torzi jumps across middle, and it looks like Salamander don't really have any intent to try to contain it. It's too risky of a fight right there. If they play a standard 4v3 situation, they probably can secure this, but Endpoint finding one of the few weaknesses across the board for Salamander, which is the cat.
This could be a bad idea. This could be a really bad idea because Endpoint, they had the 2 Molotovs they needed, plus the 2 smokes to actually get control over this bomb site. Now, Thomas will get the free plant. You're in a terrible position to retake this because it's not even a plant for long, it's a plant for short. So Bodito has to be the one to come in. He's also the only one with the flashbang, though. And that flashbang is necessary if you want to push forward and take Crucial down without losing a man. Now, they are scoped in. They will be able to peek forward, and Torzi gets the advantage in that peek. Now, they will also take down Mighty Max and Bodito with a clean shot, and all my worries are unfounded as they do manage to get the retake in, but it did look dangerous for a few seconds there.
Yeah, that looked very doable. If Endpoint were able to shut down just one of those 2 positions, whether it be long or cat, that could have ended very badly for Salamander there. But it looked like they just kind of were dipping their toes in both directions at the same time. They didn't really solidify their post-plant positions towards long or towards cat, and because of that, Salamander just picked them apart given their numbers advantage. They took fights across the board, and 4 is greater than 3 if you spread out thin like that. So Endpoint, a good attempt from them after a very nice hold on Cat from Corey. Just got to bring it back to that. This dude has been a stud all day, and he nets Salamander a very important 5th round as they show a little bit more life here on the CT side.
Corey. It's actually Corey has got the information that they're going back and setting up for what could be a mid to B, but that would be the incorrect call for now. Very early timing on the Molotov. Flashbang is ready. They've continually found kills over here, but now Endpoint expect it. Endpoint know the procedures, but they don't know that Corey's actually gone forward on his own, boosted himself up, and the resmoke will actually help him get away to safety. Corey pushing through, but it's to no avail, as it is Coolio to finish them off through the smoke instead. 4v3, great place to be if you're Flashy, who gets 2. Crucial, left versus 4. With an AWP that he might just want to save because the money on the terrorist side is looking abysmal. Loss bonus, not too different either. Actually, they'll have a buy, I guess, with 2 7Ks, yeah.
Yeah. See,
it's
Surreal
awkward
and Thomas.
Money, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Mighty Max and... Well, Robin will be able to drop Thomas, and Mighty Max and Crucial, one of them could drop. If Crucial saves this, their money's actually good enough
fine.
For a pretty complete buy.
No, you're right about that.
They might need to call a tactical timeout. Oh, I think actually Salamander might be calling one here. We'll see as it comes back. But nice position from Flashy there. Usually you want to back up at some point in that spot, but he just read the timing well. He somehow knew the spacing of his opposition, and
I think more than anything else, he was just relying on the fact that the second player in the B-bomb set, if they were spaced closer, he will just be able to get the trade frag. That is sort of the in-game leader mentality, I suppose.
Ooh, Corey getting so aggressive. He will be able to relay this to his team very soon, or at the very least secure a very strong flank position. They are wary of it, though, and I don't know if he'll expect this person from spawn, but it doesn't matter whether he does or doesn't. His crosshair's there, and he is ready enough. Robin, though, does find him. Corey, just as soon as he gets that advantage for his team, he also loses it. So it's a 4v4 situation, but Endpoint is trapped towards long. They know that these players are in this position, and look at Salamander. They are already all cheating over towards this A side of the map.
They messed up the smoke. It wasn't on purpose, but the smoke is not there properly. Now, there will be a gap in it. Unfortunately, that's not exploitable for now. Coolio peeks out. Surreal to take him down. Torzi to defend. And the smoke is still here to give him the one-way and give him defense against the flames en route. Now, Flash and Torzi up and up. Not an ideal place to be with the ideal weapons, but it might just be time to turn around and save, my friends. They want to go for this. They're feeling it. They are getting desperate. And Flashy, he's hoping that eventually he should be able to get one, but he does have to rely on the no-scope to do so. 7-6 Endpoint. Not only do they win the round, they take away both the ops, and Salamander will not be in a place where they can recover their economy anymore in this half.
Yeah, it's really going to be up to this round to see just what Salamander can pull together into the final couple here. They will actually just go for a little bit of a save. Ooh, nice shot from Crucial there, tagging Flashy on the cross. That's what happens when you are low on money and you can't afford the smoke. And Endpoint, they'll take it slow here. They won't extend too early on, but there is a nice setup actually from Salamander. Boost at the double doors. There was a boost at Cat. These players will be able to work off of each other, but good utility from Endpoint, gotta say, will really do the dirty work for them as they clear out most of these angles off of that. And this looks like it should be pretty clear cut.
Oh, Crucial almost brought down, and it will just be Robin to... I think he might have seen the barrel of the CZ. Not sure. Crucial, meanwhile, knows where Torsi is. This should just be straightforward kill, and indeed it is. So, next round they have a buy. It's not good. Bandito on 3,900, Coolio on 4,000. both those players are going to have to either have inferior firepower or basically no utility, and they will opt for the latter, which is a decision that I don't agree with personally, but I understand it is Dust 2 after all. But you don't have a kit at this point, and Endpoint have been particularly good at getting bomb plants.
Yeah, we'll see how they're able to manage. Doesn't look like Endpoint want to take map control too early in the round. That's a wise decision from them, given that they know that Endpoint or that Salamander are probably just going to be putting their eggs in a long basket, just going to be going for a brawl there. And they read it. They play a slightly slower game. It looks like it will be a mid to B split, but actually it's a fake off of that. I love this from Endpoint, just baiting out all of the utility at this point from Salamander. Just 2 flashes remain. This is how you really use your utility. This is great calling from the side of Mighty Max. He knows what all of these smokes will do to Salamander and their utility, how they have to respond to it. And now that Salamander only have 2 flashes, it will just be up to their shots. We'll see how Endpoint decides to exec up catwalk here. They have full utility. Their cat execs have been so nice thus far, and we'll see if it's able to carry them to a 9th round.
Coolio's positioning is one of the few places which can actually exploit these 2 smokes, and is consistently not checked. Surreal will be brought down. Coolio continues to spray through as well, and manages to drop down all the way to CT spawn. And now it's all Corey on long to find the kills that are necessary to get the 7th round. Coolio bringing it all together when they needed it the most.
That was big from Coolio. That was a really nice play from him. He actually looks into the box. If you look a little bit to the left, they will see you. He knows that. Good awareness of his position. And it's what you expect from a team like Salamander. It's what you expect from these kind of players, and especially a player like Coolio who has been nice throughout the day. We can see on the scoreboard, though, that Surreal is on top along with Corey, both on 13 frags apiece. Crucial, very close behind with 12, but everybody else in single digits. We'll see who else joins the party soon enough here as the second half commences. And will Endpoint be able to bring it to a 3rd map, or will Salamander just clinch it in 2?
Two sets of utility on Salamander. It does look like they're just setting up for a standard long take. Where is Mighty Max playing from? Okay, he's playing from mid, so the flashes can come through for a retake. Probably not to stop them from actually coming in unless he repositions soon, but his repositioning is leading him towards the B-bomb site, perhaps. And there go the smokes. Interesting smokes, actually. I would be lying if I said I knew why they're exactly there, but Robin will be dueling them up. Corey on the other side is pushing forward, trying to get the ninja player down. In the meanwhile, Badito will take apart Robin, and Thomas will come through from the side. Easy cleanup so far, but Corey might be a little bit difficult to deal with, especially when he has Coolio to back him up. Unfortunately, Coolio is not serving as a great backup partner, and it will be Badito to be the one to end it all. Those were really weird smokes.
Yeah, I think one of them just went a little too deep or something. It kind of was a weird offset between them, but that was a little bit hairy. Yeah, that got a little clowny with the pistols. That's sometimes how pistol rounds are, though, where no one's able to find the headshots. Everybody just starts spamming the body shots, and at that point, it's just who can click faster. Good tag, though, on the cross. Oh, dual frags. What is this in middle? Thomas and Crucial with 3 headshots through the doors. Salamander, that is not the way you want to go in this one, especially with your usual advantage in these kinds of rounds. These are not the duels you really want to take, especially with the numbers that they did. I can't believe it. What a round already from Crucial and Thomas. And it's up to Badito and Coolio to try to bring this back.
I'm done. Endpoint, you know what? I don't know what altar you went to. I don't know what shrine you lit incense at, but it's working. Surreal comes in, finishes it off. He even gets a headshot in the end. That's just ridiculous.
That's insane.
Replay, let's go.
Yeah, I need it. I need it. There we go.
Oh my god, dude. That's... Even while he's moving, he didn't even stop for the shots, man.
Just enough. Just enough.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was so fast. I love that. I love those kinds of shots. Those ones are... They make you love... Those are one of the reasons I love Dust 2 still also. I like Dust 2 for many other reasons, but that fight is just so exciting. I can't... Yeah.
Badito pushing forward. There is a smoke to stop Robin temporarily, but these Deagles could still come through with good damage, and indeed they do. Bomb plant should at least be guaranteed. That grenade does good damage to take down Corey. Crucial in the meanwhile pulls out a USB now. Okay, slightly clowny round once again, but they have lost control of the bomb. Coolio trying to recover something, catches off Robin in midair, but Flashy's the one to finish him off. Still though, doing the damage that's necessary. Meanwhile, Coolio trying to find whatever he can. The AK-47 in Cyril's hands could be the difference maker. Indeed, it is. Got scrappy there. I think Salamander should have probably won that, to be perfectly honest, but Cyril with a heroic hold.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried for Endpoint's sake when they started pushing at that point. They probably didn't recognize exactly where the bomb was in that situation, but it doesn't matter. They still come out on top, and Glocks for Salamander here. Every player on Endpoint has full head armor. This should be a rather clean round, and maybe we can just see some crucial shots once again. I love just watching this guy scout down middle. Doesn't really connect. Actually, does. He connects quite a bit.
Okay.
Oh, there. All right. Crucial.
All right.
He wants more. He wants more. Come on. There he goes. All right. Jumping through the door with the USB. I think that was midair when he tagged Corey, and he'll finish them off nicely there. Salamander, you got to get a little bit frustrated at that, though, that the guy is just jumping at you with a USB, but it's kind of just how it is when you have full gloves.
No, Maui. I'm sorry. No. Salamander, if they're getting frustrated at anything, it's the fact that first there's a perfect scout round. Then the Falmas guy just can't catch a break. Then there's a jumping USB. And now is the B rush, which is generally the sheer sign of frustration that never ends well. Mighty Max with 1, Mighty Max with 2, but he is actually traded away nicely. Now the problem is Salamander doesn't quite have very much HP to work around with, and flashbangs are nice, but no smoke over here to stop the bomb plant. Crucial steps out, can't quite move in to try and take down the planter. Flash is still not dead, even though there's a slew of utility, and he pushes forward instead, trying to find what he can, but Robin has realized that the walls are his friend. Badito, though, manages to manufacture a win at the end of it all. It didn't look likely, but what a round from him to step up. Gets one, peeks out just in time, and a slight misplay from Crucial and Thomas means that he can just exploit. Finally, some luck going their way.
Yeah, good transfer there from Bodito and Coolio. They want to just do it again. Another B rush. Wow. They thought they found the formula for success in the previous one, but Surreal and Mighty Max, they team up a little bit better this time around. They do so much damage, but it's the same result actually. 3v3 situation. Bodito's on the lurk this time though, but he can't close it out this time. Robin, a very deliberate peek towards him there. I'm a little bit surprised at how ready he was for that fight, but this is a great molly from Thomas as well. It's going to force out Flashy, who's now down to just a single point of HP.
Oh, this is such a good camera angle to see exactly what's going on. Flashy's gonna maybe be able to get them all, but it's all up to Torsi now. Has to get the taps, can't even rely on sprays, and oh my god, why are you rushing B?
That's one of those things where if you win twice in a row, you look really smart, but it also is a little bit questionable when you lose.
No, Maui.
It could have worked. It could have worked. I mean, it was a 3v3.
It could have worked.
If Bodito doesn't actually get unlucky at the door right there with that timing, that's a completely different round.
Listen, I agree it could have worked, but I'm just disagreeing that you don't look really smart. Double rush B doesn't ever look really smart. It looks like it's working. It looks like you're performing really well, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just slightly prejudiced against the idea of rushing B. Crucial in the meanwhile. You know what? He's been pretty good with these scoped weapons. One could say that.
Flashy. Just gets stopped by a smoke right there. Mighty Max seems to have some kind of feeling that there may be a player behind that, but oh, that's a dunk.
He knows.
Yeah, he has a very strong suspicion. The good flash timing as well. Now Mighty Max is able to find that final kill though.
Well, at the end of the day, Crucial's a pretty good player. 22-9. It's kind of insane when you look back to it. But hey, it is what it is. And Corey is taking them down. Finally, he's hit double-digit deaths in 23 rounds. Surreal has to step up and start picking up the pace on his own. And the question is, can Salamander match Crucial's accomplishment and hit double digits? Corey finding that kill is a good sign. Full shot control has been gained as well. It all comes down to what Robin can do in this position. He does have a Molotov and a flashbang. So, some tools are there, but it does seem like the never-ending love affair with the B-bomb site might be continuing once again. This time, though, it's a very solid call as they do go from mid to B. They catch Mighty Max out with a smoke in his hand, and that'll be a safe call coming out from Endpoint. Now, remember, the nice thing about the repeated B rushes is that you do punish the economy very substantially. So, Thomas and Robin can drop an AWP in the next round, but other than that, the double op doesn't seem likely. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, this is a kind of a... I mean, Endpoint will still have a bye into the upcoming round, but a good win from Salamander, keeping all 5 together, and see if they're able to build off of that, though. They really favored this B site, though. I would want Endpoint at some point to just put 3 players there, as a lot of teams do eventually, but we'll see if Endpoint mind game themselves and stack it up a little bit more, or will Salamander change their approach?
This is a very bad loss bonus for Endpoint, though. 1900. If you lose this and you lose your weapons, I think you're... I hesitate to say this, but you might be out of it after one more gun round. Now, Robin, flashes will catch him out, but he has managed to get down all the way towards Palace. Oh, not Palace, Pit. Now, there is the immediate headshot into Benito, who was being boosted up. They realize there's another player there. Coolio has not quite gotten out. Thomas is actually killed in the fadeaway. Crucial realizes that Coolio might still be there, and the Molotov is not quite perfectly timed. Instead, Crucial will get the kill with just an AWP. Can Coolio get something more over here, though? Oh, what? That's an insane shot. Coolio uses the smoke to his advantage and backs off. Now, Torzi had to get the flick, but Surreal's able to get the white swing out. Torzi was, funnily enough, actually checking the exact place where Surreal shot him from, but because he was expecting to need to flick, he just flicked anyway.
Yeah, that was a little odd. Just a little bit of a miss, but Endpoint still has an advantage here. Despite the heroics of Coolio towards long, it's Endpoint that comes out on top of that brawl. And now Mighty Max looking to secure this B bomb site, as seems like every Salamander hit is destined to end at. We'll see if Surreal is able to help him, though, because Mighty Max, he only has a grenade. I don't even think he'll pull it out this round. But as that molly comes out, this is a great off angle for him. It nets him 1 kill, and Coolio is on such low HP. This is such a tough clutch to ask of him. He has to dodge the fire at this point, but this is such a quick flank from Surreal. I wonder if he will take the 1v1 is my only question, and he will. Knew he had a timing there. Even though his teammate is pretty far away, he thought that he could catch that player off guard, so well played from Surreal. Good job on him. Coolio, a nice attempt there, but Endpoint will secure their 14th round, and yeah, you were mentioning it, the money was looking a little bit scary for the side of Endpoint, but because they secure that with 2 alive and picking up an op on top of that, they should be pretty comfy here.
They're still on home free, though. That's the one major thing we've got to keep in mind. Salamander with that bomb plant, they've got money. Coolio's got 8,000. Almost. Meanwhile, 0 loss bonus for the CT side. So Endpoint this is where they will be tested the most. This is where if you start losing now, there are very few avenues of escape. But Salamander have not been looking particularly promising on their terrorist side, so maybe Endpoint might be able to get through home safe.
Yeah, we'll see. This is, again, a very important round for both teams. The money is not great for either. If Endpoint wins this, should be a straight shot to 16. But if Salamander win it, it will give them a great opportunity to claw back into this game. Flashes out towards long once again. Bodito will take the fight. The Molly's there at his feet. Players pass each other, both completely blind. But Bodito, he doesn't put the Molly out. And the nade right there at his feet should be there to take him out. Robin, instead, taking him down with bullets. And it's Crucial up to bat. He will find one. Corey is taken down. 5v3 advantage. Crucial still wants a little bit more. He wants another piece of him. And Coolio will actually take down Surreal.
This is interesting. Flashy's in a good position. He's on top of the box. He might have a one-way smoke, but they should know he's here. He's played this before as well. Flashbang to go out should not be catching him out. He is ready and waiting. He will need to push soon enough. He sees one, takes him down. Can't transfer. Torres is able to double it up in the meanwhile. It's still a 2v2, but Thomas to take down Flashy is not a good sign of things to come. Torres needs to push forward, needs to push through the smoke, doesn't realize where he is, and finally does get both kills. Very important to do that as well. Look at the money on the CT side. It is not pretty.
No, it's not. It's not good at all. Crucial could go for a hero buy. It looks like Mighty Max and crew know that this is a rough spot to be in. Flashy, man, did he hold his ground at that with that smoke there. And Endpoint, they really probably wanted to wait it out, but they just couldn't. The time wasn't in their favor at all. That is the pressure that Salamander puts on them with that bomb plant, and really just wasting a lot of time with that utility. Good stuff from Salamander to close it out. And Endpoint here, it will have to be some crazy heroics once again. We've seen Thomas find some scout headshot wallbangs in the past. Crucial was there last time to accompany him. Will Thomas be able to do it on his own, though? I don't know if Salamander will actually be able to afford an op. I'm not sure what's on the ground there for Torzi. I think there is maybe an op, but yes. Okay, so he will. So Thomas will be there to challenge that.
Look at how fast Crucial just turns around and runs. He just doesn't have the utility to contest for any sort of a long take. In the meanwhile, they will try and respond by taking control of short, which is the correct move to make, considering that Salamander are all going there, but flashes are very dangerous for you at this stage. Crucial, he gets flashed up, he has to drop. But aren't they even going to flash? They're try peeking this. Wow, it's a bold play, but I like it, you know? When you don't have utility, you always need one person to be playing anti-flash over there. That's always what happens if there is a short setup. So they catch them off guard. I wouldn't always recommend that, but I quite like I like the decision to go for it. Plus, the CTs don't get to save their M4.
Yeah, that is that's kind of a mix-up for sure. If they've been taking cat control with flashes every time, it's something that they would have conditioned Endpoint to do on top of that. Usually it's just something you have to do. One of the players playing close, just playing anti-flash like you mentioned. And now Endpoint will have to save these weapons. It's a shame they can't bring the M4 into the upcoming round, but Thomas has been lethal with that scout. We'll see if he can get involved into the next round with it. But Endpoint, this was a round that they would have liked to take away a little bit more weaponry from. And for a very strong reason, they won't be able to afford an op into the upcoming round. Their buy actually, when the next round comes along, unless they win this one, they won't be able to afford an op. Their utility will be very low across the board. I feel like we might see some MP9s and full util coming out from them. And that's not what you want to see when you're staring down a raging Salamander.
Please don't. Please don't take that duel. You've literally potentially lost the game off of that duel. Earlier on against Crucial and Thomas, now against just Thomas. Why would you want to relive painful memories? I know about exposure therapy, but this is not it. I actually don't know much about exposure therapy. I just think this is what it is. This is so rough. You're man down. And the problem isn't the fact that you're man down. The problem is the fact that you have mentally been trained to be so scared in these situations. And Cyril, does he realize it? Yes, he does. He gets one, and that's all he needed. Now, unfortunately, that was actually quite a bit of firepower for them. Fortunately, Robin's in the back lines. He will maybe be able to get a quick headshot into one of these players. Needed to take the duel earlier on, but he wasn't confident in his ability to get the headshot. And over to Ye Old Faithful they go. Or should I say, be Old Faithful. Because Mighty Max is the only defender one more time. And Thomas... I wouldn't hate a save. I really wouldn't.
I think they'll try to just pick up the AK on Cat.
Oh my god, you didn't even throw it away.
Oh yeah, that op and spawn. Wow, that is great for Endpoint. They will now be able to take an op into the upcoming round. Crucial will have a lot of utility on top of that, along with Thomas, who's saving his armor in this round. And Endpoint, this buy just got about $7,000 better for them. Maybe, yeah, this is really, actually $8,000.
That's insane.
Wait, no, actually, sorry, it's actually 9,000. I'm sorry for continually upping the ante, but armor, op, and an AK, I mean, that's...
Well,
3K, 5K, and
too.
2K. Oh, that flashbang too. Wow. I mean, I'm not counting hundreds. I'm just rounding.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good if you're Endpoint. You were very happy about that off the bat of a very nice shot early on from Thomas. And look at this. It really improves their utility here. This is actually a pretty comfy buy. They even are able to afford a couple kits, and Mighty Max and Robin have a little bit of money for the upcoming round as well. This is a Endpoint. They have a good chance to close this game out right here.
This should have been the round where Salamander just closes it out, honestly. Where Endpoint did not have the money for utility, where Endpoint did not have an AWP, and they had to go for something crazy. Salamander just defaulted and wins. But this is where that sloppiness can come back to bite you. Nade, at the very least, does not do much damage. Salamander. They're getting ready. Mighty Max needs to get multiple kills here. He does get the first. Can he fade away for more? Dodges the flash as well and gets another one. Beautifully done. But it's Robin to save the day and come through to end it all. Torsi to fall. 15-13. Map point for Endpoint. And my goodness, that's just disappointing.
Look at that flash at the end. That support flash from Robin right there. That
Beautiful.
was awesome. Yeah, love it. Mighty Max staying alive for such a long time, allowing that rotation to come in. And Endpoint, off of the back of some great save guns and that extra little bit of utility, are able to pick up their 15th round, looking to close this map out. A missed Molotov, though, at the doorway may cost the lives of one of these Endpoint players, but they do back up. And the smoke is down as well. Thomas not even going to risk it. Will just smoke it all off, and that is long secured for Endpoint. Salamander, they haven't had really great procedures to retake long late in the round, and I don't think they will even be opting for that here. A flash towards middle, and Surreal looks for a fight. His Xbox smoke, though, is fresh enough that he doesn't look like he'll find any kind of angle. And Salamander...
Oh, no. Oh, dear. I have a feeling Coolio is about to die to Crucial. Either that or he's about to get a sick one tap. It's always one or the other.
Yeah,
double smoke coming out
from Salamander.
Yeah. There also aren't any on Endpoint, though, in all fairness. Cyril doesn't need this smoke. He just has it off. He just got 2 kills. He's got another man coming in from the side. Robin and Mighty Max just finishing it all off. Flashy. A 1v5 to try and save the day, but that day is gone far, far, far away. 16-13, Endpoint win it out in a game where, listen, I was hoping they'd win, but not like this.
Yeah, it was close. Salamander put up a great fight, and we'll be headed to map 3. That will be Inferno, and that should be coming up within the next 10 minutes.